Alright, so I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This story time could also be titled like the second time I was a dumbass bitch for a nigga. Like, I'm not gonna even lie to you. Um, I have a track history of doing such things. If y'all seen part one, not part one, if y'all seen my story time about the time that my ex left me for dead, right? Then y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about, okay? I can be a little stupid, right? And there actually is a part two coming to that video, but we're going to fast forward a little bit till after I got done dealing with Thanos, right? So if y'all haven't watched the time that my ex left me for dead, definitely do that. Y'all don't have to watch that video first, but you know, you can if you want to. So we gonna fast forward beyond the time frame of that video to when I am done dealing with Thanos, right? Me and Thanos are done with each other. And I start talking to this new guy, right? So we gonna call him Malibu, right? We gonna call him Malibu because that's the type of car that I had at the time, and that nigga was like attached to my car. Like that nigga was joined at the hips with my fucking car. So we just gonna call that nigga Malibu, right? So I met Malibu through my cousin, right? He was best friends with my cousin. So I kind of seen him growing up. Like he just was kind of around, but I never really paid no attention to him because I was younger than them, right? So this particular time, my cousin has gone to jail, right? And Malibu comes over to check on me and my grandma and, just see how we doing, see if we need anything, woo, right? So obviously at this time, I'm a lot older than what I was when I first met him. Probably look cuter. I don't know what the fuck it is, right? But he decides to shoot his shot, right? So he shot his shot and it was successful. And the rest was history, right? We started fucking with each other. So we're talking for a good, I want to say like 6 or 7 months before I get a car, right? And of course, when I got my car and he seen it, right? The first thing out his mouth was, "You should let me use your car. You should let me use your car." Right? Now, mind you, throughout, he's wishy-washy when it comes to cars. Like when I first started talking to him, he had a car, but then he doesn't, and then he does, and then he doesn't, and whatever the case may be. I know now it's because he be driving bitches' cars. Like he be driving whatever girl he fucking with at the time, he's driving their car. And when they break up, he get with a new bitch and he drive her car and blah 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 and so on and so forth. Right? I didn't notice at the time. I thought he had his own personal car and he was just having trouble with it because that's what he told me. So he gets to asking like, "Hey, can I use your car until mine get out the shop? Blah, 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 blah. I'll throw you some money for your car note," whatever the case may be. Cool. So the first couple times I let him use my car, it was pretty uneventful until this one particular time. Long story short, we ain't gonna get into too much of this part because it's not super important. Just know one of his baby moms sliced my tires, right? And he got it fixed. And my car actually ended up in an impound because where she sliced the tire at, the car wasn't supposed to be sitting there. So it went to the impound. We had to go get it back. He got the tires fixed. Cool. Right? So I'm not gonna lie, after that I took a break from letting him use my car for a little bit because of course I felt some type of way, right? But after a while, he kind of wore me down, like, "Oh babe, I need it. I'm paying the car note," and he was paying the car note at the time. He was paying the car note, and he did get it fixed. So I was like, okay, let me not be too harsh. Shit happens. I got a crazy baby dad. If y'all watched fucking my ex left me for dead, y'all know I got a crazy ass baby dad. So I sympathized with him. Like sometimes you can't control the shit that your ex partners do, right? Cool. So I let him use my car again. Everything was going fine until this one particular day where this nigga called me, right? And he gonna say, bae, call the cops. No. I almost fucked up. That's not what happened. He called me first and said, bae, don't get mad, right? And I'm like, what the fuck you mean? Hold on, let me see if I can't zoom in, but I'm gonna zoom in when I edit. What the fuck you mean? Don't get mad. Like, what happened, bro? What happened? As soon as he said don't get mad, I already knew it was my car, because it's nothing else you can do that could possibly get me mad. I don't give a fuck who you fucking. I don't care what you do. Like, there's the only thing you can do to piss me the fuck off is do some weird shit to my car, right? So I'm like, what happened with my car? Where's my car? That's the first thing I said. And he's like, I hit a deer on the E-way coming from West V. Coming from where? You hit a who? Coming from where? Nigga, you were never supposed to be in West Virginia with my fucking car. Like, let's start off with that. You was never supposed to be nowhere across state lines with my fucking car, right? He used to take it out of state and do all this extra shit the first time. But after he let his baby mom slice my tires, I was on some look. Like, I don't trust you to have my car for an extended amount of time. Like, I'll let you use it real quick because, to do what you got to do, bring it right the fuck back. You was not supposed to be out of state with my shit, first of all. Second of all, what the fuck you mean you hit a deer? So I'm going off, right? This nigga like, oh, don't worry. I already got it at the mechanics. It's getting fixed. It's nothing crazy. It just need like, the bumper, like the light or something. Like, he, just telling me the little shit that's wrong with it, saying that it's minor, the mechanic gonna fix it, he got it under control, right? Now, if I had thought about this deeper, like, I don't know too much about cars, so maybe y'all can comment this down below. I don't think, is that something a mechanic fix? Like, don't you gotta take your car to the body shop for something like that? Listen, don't drag me, because I don't know shit about cars. So now that I'm thinking about it, don't you gotta go to like a body shop to get like something like that fixed? Like I'm thinking a mechanic is more like brakes, your radiator or some shit like that. Not you hit a deer, So y'all comment down below and let me know if I'm stupid or not, right? But at the time, I'm not thinking. I'm like, okay, so where the fuck is this mechanic? Like, who is this mechanic? He's like, oh, you don't know him? He's in Columbus. Columbus? Why the fuck is my car in Columbus? I told you I was on the way from West V, blah, 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 blah. So I stopped in Columbus because my people's like, he fixed cars and da-da-da-da-da and woo-woo-woo. Like, I didn't want to drive it all the way back to Akron like that. I'm from Akron. I didn't want to drive it all the way back up there like that because the bumper dragging and this and that and this, all this extra shit, right? So after a while of me spazzing, he gives me the number of the dude who's fixing the car, and he gives me the address, right? So I call the nigga that's fixing my car, right? Fixing my car. I call him and I'm like, hey, do you got a red Chevy Malibu 2012 cream leather interior? Like, I'm describing my car to him, right? And just to see if he like, he know what I'm talking about. I didn't say who I was or who I was calling for because I wanted to see if this nigga was telling the truth. Like, so I'm like asking him, do you got the car? He like, oh yeah, I got it. I'm like, okay, what's wrong with it? Trying to see if he gonna say, because at this point I'm skeptical. Like, the story just sound weird. Like, you all the way in West Virginia and you just happen to hit a fucking deer and you just happen to know somebody in Columbus. Like, you feel me? So I'm asking him, okay, what's wrong with the car? To see if he gonna say the same thing that Malibu said, right? He said the same thing, like, oh, the bumper need fixed, like the light, whatever the case may be. He described the same shit, basically. And I'm like, okay. So how much is it gonna be? he's like, oh, Malibu already paid for it. So, okay, that kind of, you know, checked out, whatever the case may be. Because, like I said, I didn't really say, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't say that I was calling on behalf of Malibu. Like, it seemed like he just knew what I was talking about, basically. But obviously, he could have just told that nigga, like, he gave me the number and I might call, blah, 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 whatever. So, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I forgot what he said. It's been so long, I forgot exactly what he said. But he said something that made me feel like, oh, I know what it was. I told him, look, I'm finna come get my car. Like, let me know when the car is ready, and I'm just gonna come get it. Like, he's like, oh, no, like, I told Malibu I was gonna tow it back to the city, and blah, 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 and do. I'm like, no, that's cool, because at this point, I don't want Malibu to have my car. I'm like, I'm coming to get my shit. Don't give this nigga my car. Don't drop my car off to this nigga. Oh, well, he's the one that... Nigga, I don't give a fuck. This is my car. My name is on the title. My name is on the registration. Those are my plates. This is my fucking car. Like, do not release my vehicle to anybody other than me, right? Me and him literally start getting into an argument because this nigga trying to tell me that he not gonna give me my car, basically. He gonna give it to Malibu. And I'm cussing him the fuck out like, nigga, I will call the cops. This is my fucking car. Like, you not even supposed to have my shit. I didn't drop my shit off to you. When he dropped my shit off, you feel me? You feel me? Like, you see whose name is on that car, bro. Like, I will come with my ID, whatever I need to get my car back. If you want me to pay you, I'll come up with it. You feel me? Like, I want my shit, right? Tell me why this nigga hung up on me. So I'm thinking to myself, like, ain't no fucking professional, like, mechanic finna refuse to return a vehicle or release a vehicle to the proper owner, right? And ain't no professional mechanic finna just bang on me like that. Like, just hang the phone up in my face. Like, you feel me? So I start thinking to myself, this nigga lying, bro. This nigga, he gotta be lying. He gotta be lying. This nigga trying to lie to me to get my car longer or something like that, right? So I search the address that he gave me, the address that Malibu gave me. I put that shit in Google Maps and I pulled up like the 3D Google images. Like, you know how you can put a specific address in Google Maps and then you can pull up the live footage of what that place looks like in real time, right? And y'all, I should insert a picture of what I'm talking about. Like, it was woods. Like, when I looked in Google Maps, the area that he gave me, it was no building. Like, it was some houses down the street. Because, you know, on the Google Maps, you can kind of scroll down the street and see what's, you know. So it was houses down the street, but the area that he gave me, it was just like a patch of trees and bushes and shit. So I'm like, this nigga gave me a fake ass address, right? So at this point, it's really nothing I can do. Like, I feel like he lying, but this nigga done gave me a fake address, so I can't even pull up to where it really is. I don't know this nigga who he's saying fix the car. Like, I don't really know shit. So at this point, it's nothing I can do other than call Malibu and start spazzing the fuck out. So I call him back. I cuss him the fuck out. Like, where the fuck is my car? Get my car. Blah, blah, blah. Do. Right? I know you gave me a fake address. All this shit, right? So he basically tell me, relax, calm down. Like, he gonna get the car back to me. And that's that. So, fast forward, like, maybe 3 or 4 days later, right? He called me and tell me that he got the car, right? That he picked the car up. And I'm like, okay, cool. And he had FaceTimed me. If I'm not mistaken, he had FaceTimed me so I could see that he was in my car. Like, I know what the interior of my car looked like. So I'm like, okay, cool. At least I know it's at least drivable. Like, I know the nigga has the car, right? And he like, oh, he gonna pull up on me the next day. So, y'all, why? So, long story short, the night goes by, whatever the case may be, and I get another call from Malibu, and he's like, bae, call. Hold on.